Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and welcome to the Black Ops 3 DLC map Outlaw. This, of course, is the highly anticipated remake of Standoff from Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and there are a number of really cool Easter eggs here on this map that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, before we get into it, I would like to say these Easter eggs are ones that I found myself, and I don't get every single reference, so I'm probably going to miss a couple of things here. I've seen the thumbnails and relayed videos to my own that there apparently are going to be a number of Back to the Future references on this map. I've never seen those movies, so I'm not going to be showing you guys those Easter eggs here in this video, but if you guys want to check that out, I would highly recommend doing a YouTube search for those particular videos, because apparently there's a number of references on this map that have gone completely over my head, but there are a number of other jokes and references and Easter eggs and stuff like that that I did notice on this map, and I want to share them with you guys here in this video. So let's start things off here by going here into the blue building. There's a number of Easter eggs in here. We're going to be starting things off here with the playable COD points. As right, ladies and gentlemen, if you actually zoom in on the chips here, 500 COD points right there. These are all 500. There we got 5 COD points there, and 100 COD points over there, 25 right there. Just a little bit of a joke, I suppose, about the entire COD point system that we have here in Black Ops 3, that we're basically betting with COD points trying to win. Like, it's gambling. It's, I think it's a pretty good joke on the part of Treyarch, to be perfectly honest. Right over here, and I think there's actually a couple instances of this card here on this map, but we have this Joker card here, which may look a little bit out of place because all the other cards that you see are actually really nice looking cards. I mean, they're Old West looking, sure, but they're not like falling apart or anything like this card is. That's because this is the same Joker card that Treyarch used to tease to us the 10th and final specialist for Black Ops 3. If you guys remember on the map Gauntlet, there was a bunch of modules on that map, and every one of these modules actually had all the gear and the weapons and stuff like that for the various specialists that were available in Black Ops 3. There was an extra module, however, whose name was crossed out and had nothing in it besides this Joker card, and that was their way of teasing to us that Blackjack was actually going to be the final specialist, who, of course, is the black market arms dealer, and they decided to include that same card here on this map. I think it's a subtle Easter egg, but it's a very nice Easter egg nonetheless. Now let's move on here, because there's a couple of cool things I want to show you up here inside this building. So we go up here, and you guys are going to notice this map. I think the same map is actually down the stairs here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, same map is right there. But it just has a number of areas here, and if you guys want to look at them, feel free to go ahead and do so. But one of them in particular, we have Hope's Spring, and what's cool about that is on the map Micro, which I did an entire other video showing you guys Easter eggs on Micro, there was actually a wine there that was crafted at Hope Spring or something like that. So I think it's pretty cool that they're trying to build this little world here in this Old West area. I think that's pretty neat. But more importantly, over here, we have this letter from Group 935. Now, I have no idea what any of this says. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you guys can actually decipher what this says. I'm going to try and give you guys a full shot of all the text that is actually written here. But yeah, I have absolutely no idea what any of that is supposed to mean, but it's a letter from Group 935 or to 935, either or, and I think that's pretty cool, to be perfectly honest. Let's move on across the map here, because we're going to be taking a look at some graves. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Red Dead Redemption style. Now, I will say this map reminds me a lot of Red Dead Redemption, and that's probably because it's the only Old West game I've ever really played, but in Red Dead Redemption, there were a number of cemeteries, and on those cemeteries, or I suppose in those cemeteries, they had a number of jokes on the gravestones, and it is the same thing here on the map Outlaw. So here we have this, and it's actually kind of tough to read this, honestly, because it's basically wood that has been scratched into, but it says born May 29th, 1809, buried June 12th, 1842, died June 14th, and I can't quite get the date right there. So this guy was born, then buried, then died, so he was buried all freaking live. Right here, you got Ben Better, and right here it says, oh, it's really tough to read these things. So here lies Albert, who has finally shut up. Over here, you see Oughta Be Alive. This also reminds me a bit of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror jokes. If you guys have ever seen the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, they have, at the very beginning, them going through the graveyard, and they usually have a bunch of funny things written on the tombstones and stuff like that. So this is just a fun little side thing that they decided to actually put here. With my brother, she did lay, now here she lies, my Bonnie May. I think is what that says right there. Over back here, it says, lived abroad and free. Here lies Godfrey, I guess. I mean, that one's not super funny or anything like that. Maybe it's a joke or a reference. I don't get. That's the thing about these Easter egg videos, is I don't get or understand every little reference that they put in on the maps. But I did get a couple of these, and I think they're actually pretty funny. Like the one back here. Here lies John, the good, Die young. I guess that's not even really a good one. But yeah, all these actually have stuff written on them, and I would highly recommend going into a private match and reading them for yourselves and seeing if you guys get any of the jokes. Now, one of the first things that I noticed when I actually came onto this map, and this is something I was so excited for, and then I looked it up and it's not the exact same thing. So upstairs here in this red building, there is going to be a shotgun on the wall. And I thought to myself initially, oh my goodness, they brought back the World at War double barrel shotgun and put it on the wall. That's so cool. But I'm going to put the actual World at War double barrel shotgun on your guys' screen right now. It's not the same shotgun. Sure, they're both double barrels, but it's not the exact same one, which I'm super disappointed about, to be perfectly honest, because they had an opportunity here to put the classic World War II World at War shotgun here on the wall, but they decided not to go ahead and do that. I'm a little bit disappointed on that. They missed an opportunity, but they do, of course, have the Raven or the Crow here, and that's interesting because they have so many references to this, both in the campaign as well as on other multiplayer maps. It's a big part, I suppose, of the Treyarch Easter eggs. Now, as somebody who hasn't actually beaten the campaign yet, I'm so bad with this. I waited until like last September to play the Advanced Warfare campaign, and I still haven't played the Black Ops 3 campaign. I'll probably still do it and probably post on my Let's Play channel if I actually end up going through with it, but number of references here to these birds here, and here we are with one on the wall. Now, there's a number of things you could look at on this map. Again, I don't get a ton of the references. Like, for example, we got this little mask right there. We've got that hat right there. Like, are they trying to paint a picture here for me? I'm not entirely sure. I don't understand the references. But those, ladies and gentlemen, are basically all of the Easter eggs that I have found here on the map Outlaw. Now, you could say that there's other Easter eggs. Like, for example, we're going to go across the map here, and we're going to take a look at all these wanted posters. Now, I have had some people tell me that these wanted posters may actually be developers, but I'm not even entirely sure. I mean, they could be. We got the Bull Thomas, we got Shotgun Ben, we got all these people, but they could honestly just be stock photos with just made-up backstories and stuff like that. Now, if I were them, I would have actually made it so all the developers are on these pictures, and I would have had little funny things about them in there. But yeah, you could say those are Easter eggs, but I'm not entirely sure. And I actually took the time to look on the other two maps. Of course, I've only covered Micro and Outlaw so far, but there are two other maps of this DLC. We have, of course, Rupture, and we have Citadel. But here on the map Rupture, which is a remake of a Call of Duty World at War map, you would think that they would have something really cool on here, but I could not find anything. Like, I was hoping for some really cool World at War references, or even really subtle World at War references, but I ran around this map for maybe about a better portion of an hour, honestly, and I could not find any big references. The only thing I could find here were these weapons here inside this wall, and I don't really consider these to be like a giant Easter egg because we've seen stuff like this in the past, but that is definitely the Black Ops 2 Remington 870 right there. That's definitely the Hammer light machine gun, and that's definitely the MP7 submachine gun. Like, it'd be cool if these things were to come to the game, but we've seen stuff like this in the past already, so who knows if these guns are actually going to come to the game, so I'm not even really sure if that's really going to be a big Easter egg. And then, of course, we have the map Citadel, and this map could just be full of Easter eggs, and I would really have no idea, because again, I don't copy other videos or anything like that. Like, I don't look up Easter eggs and then act as if I found them myself. No, I actually show you guys the ones that I found myself, the ones that I actually understand, and the references that I actually get. And a big problem for me is I don't get any references on this map, although I feel as though there's probably a lot of them. Like, I don't watch Game of Thrones, for example. This map could be one giant Game of Thrones reference for all I know. I really have no idea. I don't watch a lot of television. I don't watch a lot of movies. I just play a lot of video games. I'm not noticing a lot of video game references here on this map. I'm definitely seeing a lot of eggs, lots of serpent references. I'm seeing that there was obviously a big battle of some kind. I mean, we got all kinds of armor all throughout the entirety of the map. There's all kinds of weapons on the ground, but if there's a reference here, I'm not seeing it. And that's one of the things about these Easter egg videos is I only show you guys references and stuff like that I actually understand. But of course, I would love to hear down there in the comment section below what other Easter eggs are there on the Salvation DLC that I actually haven't covered. Now, I will take your guys' feedback. If you guys want to write me in the comments like, hey, there's an Easter egg here that you missed, or hey, there's an Easter egg here, this is what it's referencing, then sure, I'll make a video in the future showing off all the Easter eggs that you guys told me to go ahead and look and check out, but I just don't want to like copy other YouTubers or anything like that because that's just really not my thing. But if you guys want to let me know down there in the comments if there are some Easter eggs on the Salvation DLC that I have missed on the map Micro or Outlaw, or maybe some stuff that I just didn't see whatsoever on Citadel or on the map Rupture, like, let me know in the comments about that. I would love to go and try and find them for myself. Like, say, hey, Nero, there's this Easter egg at this portion of the map, go and try and find it. I really enjoy that. Like, I get such a thrill. Like yesterday when I was looking through the micro map trying to find Easter eggs there, like when I climbed inside the Noob Sauce Cup and I saw the Treyarch logo on the inside, like I was just blown away. Like, you should have seen the look on my face. I was so happy when I found that. So I really enjoyed looking for Easter eggs, although at the same time, I completely acknowledge that by asking you guys, it's not the same as finding it myself, and also a lot of you are probably just going to tell me about Easter eggs that you saw in other people's videos, which I'm trying to avoid copying other YouTubers, but it's so difficult in regards to Easter egg videos because not one person can understand every reference or see every single Easter egg. Sometimes they have to have help from other people and, you know, try to explain the reference and stuff like that. So it's a really weird situation, these Easter eggs, but let me know in the comments if there are some Easter eggs that you guys know about, either that you found on YouTube or maybe you found them yourself. Let me know about them and I'll try and go into a private match and find them for myself, and maybe we'll make a video in the future covering more Easter eggs that are here for the Salvation DLC. But specifically, if you guys want to go hunting tonight, I would highly recommend it. Help me try to find something on the map Rupture. This is a remake of a World at War map and there's nothing on it. Like, I don't understand that. So let me know in the comments. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.